Hello. It's been a while since I've really recorded anything, just talking with my voice. I don't even know if this works anymore. Welcome to the Blee Blee tier list, character tier list. This is up to the end of the Evicted saga, so Reunited just came out. So now we are, now that everything has been settled, we just finished a story arc, we can, we could talk about these characters and just see what's going on. I realized I don't completely remember all of the feats that all these characters have done, all the power scaling, but I'll do my best. And I'll just pick and choose as I see fit. First thing that happened in my brain right now is, Rudolfo. D for dad. I don't think he'll ever show up again. He's lame. He peaked in high school. He's divorced. He moved 4 hours away, and he has a dog that doesn't listen to him. It is what it is. But I'm very proud of the balding that I gave him. I did a good job on that. Let's just get the useless characters out of the way. Not so useless. Steve Barton. Steve Barton will come up again. S tier. We wouldn't be here without him. Would not be here without him. Simple as that. And I think he will come up again in the future. Well, he has to. Part of the Day of the Snake. It's all connected. DJ Khaled. D for DJ. Doesn't count as a real character. More of a cameo appearance, I had to pull a lot of strings to get that in there. But yeah, he was, I can't even really call him my character. He was just being himself. So I can't take too much credit for that. It is what it is. Next, we got another D for dead. This character is dead. He has passed on. It's over for him. What is his name? What's the trash can's name? He's the president of Tubi. And he talks like this. He be using my Bubba concession stand. My Bub's concession stand voice. He be talking. No, that's Tunney. I'm deleting this whole part out of the video. Okay, I had to pull up the scripts to remember what his name is. His name's Bagel? President Bagel? I don't remember that. Okay, well, he was good while he lasted. It was my Dr. Evil impression, which sucks. It sucks. I'm using all my good impressions and voices for characters that are getting killed off. Maybe I'll just use that voice for someone else eventually. But yeah, he was just a generic evil guy. He talked like this. Not a whole lot to say about him other than I use his trash can model for all the other trash cans in the world, so I guess his legacy lives on. Also, like I said earlier, he has the Yap dollar. Him and Dougal. Him and Dougal both got the Yap dollar, as well as a couple other characters, but I think he was the first one to have it. Very, very good. Very easy to animate with. I remember feeling proud about getting the indents on the trash can right. He's got a banana. Kind of looks like a crown, but it's a banana on top, of course. A banana peel is easily the most famous piece of trash. Also, Steve Barton is not S. He's an A. Skull Wizard, he's like a B. I think he could show up again. I think... Yeah, I mean, he has a whole song, he's actually a much more important character at first than it might seem. He has a whole song to himself, a whole dance routine. Because I was really struggling for content, trying to figure out BB4. But, he'll make his little cameos here and there. He also, I really don't remember my own cartoons. He eats the food at the end, right? Yeah, so he gets our main characters in like their first argument, which I guess sort of cements them as friends afterwards. They probably decided to move in with each other right after that argument. So he's sort of the inciting factor of the whole thing if you think about it. Who's next? Who's next? Stickman. Stickman, he's a C, but I do like to think of him as like some cryptid. Like he's a real guy and everyone knows about him and everyone's a little scared of him. They're not sure if he's real or not. The stick guy. Stick guy will return. But I don't. It's a very violent thing to open the movie with. Okay. The reindeer. I don't know if he had a name other than the reindeer, but the reindeer is a really, really, really good bit. When I like figured out, because he's doing the, the Lil Uzi Vert money longer. Doot, 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 doot. He's doing that dance with the alien dance. I went down a big rabbit hole to figure out how to get that dance and then it's just a really good and then just the footstep sound effects. That was when I put that together and I like watched it for the first time. I was like, okay, yeah, I might do this forever. This is so good. This is so fun. And it's all because of the reindeer. I think he's dead. He turned into a force ghost and passed away, but I think his legacy will live on in the Day of the Snake, which who knows how long that's going to take to make, but it will be made. It is being written. But yeah, I think he's going to have like some flashbacks or something, or he'll come back as a force ghost or something. But very important as well to the whole story. Oh, Kyle Landon, he's like a B. He's not very fun to watch. This is blurry. This is a blurry Kyle Landon variant, actually. Yeah, his art style doesn't really match a lot of the other characters. It's just, it's just kind of plain. Okay, next. What is this character's name? I can't believe this. I can't believe I have to edit this video. Tortina. Let's do Tortina next. Tortina's like a B. She's cool. She works as a newscaster. Heavy feminist. Yeah, not a whole lot to her. I like her design more than her as a character. Well, she did have a good moment with one of the turkeys here yelling at him. That was good. She is prone to anger, and she has a bit of a superiority complex against flightless birds, which I think could be a compelling thing moving forward. She has a lot of potential. I do enjoy her character, but her design, just being a crow with a bow, it's silly. I love birds. A lot of birds in the cartoon. Very bird-centric. Birds and shapes. And there's an alien and an anime girl. Dougal, another B. She's a grown tube, which is funny. I like that she makes the tube noises when she walks around. It's a good bit. And now that Tubi is dead in this universe, she works at the boba shop. She hasn't had a line. Well, no, she was in a house party too. I think like every year there should be like a house party cartoon when I can just stuff more and more characters in there and everyone gets a little chance to shine and show they haven't been forgotten. But yeah, not a whole lot to her. She was a good vice president. Maybe she'll get hired at Galaforme and be the vice president there. Tunny. Tunny. That's an A. It's an A character. It's just always fun talking like this. I could never get enough of talking like this. It's a very easy voice to do. It's very fun sounding. He's a wacky inflatable tube man. He does the tube man dance at the end of the Tubi movie. It's a good time. It's a very fun. It's a fun, nice, good time. He has a lot of potential now that he works at the dollar store, especially, and I'm gonna be reusing that dollar store over and over again. Maybe the dollar store is like the only store in the area. They have to buy everything there, so he's gonna definitely be showing up more. Him and Frog are pretty chill. They're close, so that I'm interested in exploring a bit more. But yeah, not a whole lot to say about Tunny at the moment. Okay, we're getting to the good stuff. Braben. Braben's the easy A. Just insane, psychotic. He's kind of a foil to Blee Blee in a lot of ways because they're both similarly just strange, and dim and aggressive. I know what his job is. We will explore that soon. He will be reappearing, but he's just so. It's funny making a character with giant wide eyes who is incredibly unaware of the things going on. Him stealing their things off of the grocery line, off the conveyor belt is just, it's a good bit when he's buying the bald Goku, or was it bald Gohan? I don't remember. Sticker. It's just this whole, he's been hardened by prison. He wants everyone to be like him. There's a lot of things going on in his brain, and I love his little baby hair. His one curly baby hair sticking out the top of his head. I would love to see him and Blee Blee go head to head. That would be a very good time. Okay, this evil Puck, and it's not the only one. There's also like a white one and maybe an orange one. These will come back, and I don't know if they're hallucinations or his cousins or completely unrelated to him or what, but they will come back. I mean, I was just doing things when I was making. I was just making it as I went. So who knows? Who knows the truth of these guys? But we shall see. Okay, another beat before classic. I'm gonna have to put Dr. Bupkis in A. He looks a lot like Blee Blee, which I wasn't thinking about at the time, but now I guess I have to resolve that somehow. So I guess he's an alien too. But yeah, he has a dark, seedy past. He convinced someone that they were a diaper, and that was a big news story. But he's on the straight and narrow now. Blee Blee, I think, respects him a lot, looks up to him. Because as we will talk about in a little bit, Blee Blee is very, very nose-centric. Blee Blee, like, the nose, he's always, I think like every cartoon, basically, Blee Blee makes some sort of reference to a nose or lack thereof. In the most recent cartoon, you could see he's got a nose skin on the Beretta, on his gun, just noses. He's obsessed. So I think Blee Blee looks at Dr. Bupkis very fondly. And again, he's also giving people 3 butt cheeks and just it's a lot going on in the plastic surgery world. I did not think a plastic surgeon would be an important character in my cartoon, but here we are. Okay, next. Let's do Harmonish. Harmonish is interesting to me. I added a lot more depth. This is kind of an older picture, but it also helps with what I'm about to say. Everything we make is based on real life, right? It's all based on our lives, right? She's like if my dad was my mom in a way, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I sort of flip things around. Her tendency to bring people over, have them stay a couple days. I don't want to get too much into it. This is my life right now, though. I'll talk about this too in the evicted commentary that I'm about to record after this. But her hair is different here. In the evicted, her hair is exactly the same as Molly's, because now that she's on the dating scene again, she wanted to look younger. But I also added a little bit of wrinkles to her in the new, I had to update her a little bit. So she copies her hair to look younger. That's an interesting thing. But there's potential here. There's potential for some stuff to go on. She's interesting. She hates Federico. She hates him so bad. That also, and Federico is just, anything that has anything to do with his parents, he gets devastated by very easily. It's fun. Okay, I was gonna say doctor. He could be a doctor. Who knows? Got to give a big rest in peace to Jacob over here. Danriel Jacob. Say his name. Yeah, an easy way to come up with names for your story is just to take two different names and combine them. You'll come to find out that's like every name ever. Just Daniel and like real, like Gabriel. Daniel Gabriel. Danriel. Sure. And Jacob, because why not? I love the Jacob, big invented white people, big head in the cave. It's just a funny name. I thought it'd be a good name. He gets killed. He gets violently dismembered. And no, it wasn't Federico. Federico was like passed out during it. He doesn't know who did it either. He don't care. But yeah, he was the landlord. He got along with Puck. But yeah. He had his time. He had his time to shine. He had a good fight scene. It was good stuff. Good stuff. Rest in peace. Oh, Sherald Violent. I don't remember. Is he old? Is he the older brother or younger brother? Probably older brother of Violent over here. But yeah, Violent's their last name. He's a cop. He's got the Popo Pig star on his head and his badge. A lot of depth going on here too. The clear inner turmoil going on, substance abuse problems, brutality, just a lot of things. His cheating on his wife and just having troubles with his wife, and it's all there on the screen. You could see if you pause during the Puck Goes Ham cartoon. A lot of depth, but it's not exactly for empathy. It's just he is he's doing it to himself. He's a victim of his own machinations, one could say. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna, you don't need to feel sympathy for the cop character, but he plays a good role, cop/prison guard, I guess. I'm glad he's around. I'm glad we have him. He sucks, and he's crashing out in the car, and he's just evil, but stupid. I wonder if we'll ever meet his wife. I guess that could happen. We have Violent. Also, I was about to put her in C, but then I remembered her also being wasted at the party. These two are definitely related. She hates him, and he doesn't understand why. They're an interesting little pair. Also a violent feminist. A lot of potential there. I haven't explored her enough really to figure out a whole lot about her. For somehow her brother ended up getting a ton more characterization and background, but I'll solve that. I'm well aware of all the shortcomings of what's been going on so far. No S tier characters yet, but we're going like in order of importance. Kima. This is Turkima. I named her after Kima from The Wire, because I just finished watching The Wire when I started writing the script, and I loved it. And I was like, I need a girl character. Turkey. I was trying to figure out the name. Kima. Like The Wire. So that's how that happened. I think we'll talk about this more in the director's commentary, but there is like a horrifically tragic backstory going on that I hint at with something that Geo says, the older Turkey. And I think her lore is basically she was, with the pimps, they're no longer really pimping, but we got the whole Turkey mafia going. And she's basically Turkey. She's basically Turkey's right-hand woman, which the the phrase is technically the bottom bitch, right? If you ever you watch some Boondocks, if you haven't, you'll understand. She was sort of the lead girl getting pimped out, but they don't pimp no more. But she's proven to be loyal and this and that. So she's now just an official. She's one of the guys, you know. I mean, you could see she has a gun too with them. Very, very business minded, very professional, and excellent marketer. Just there's a lot of depth going on here, I think, that we can explore later. But yeah, she witnesses her first turkey death. It won't be the last. uh, but yeah, I think there's like a decades long backstory going on with these turkeys that I'll just hint at every once in a while because it's their story, but it's not. It's not really. Okay. We're getting to the okay. Now these are where I think I would consider this the core cast of characters. I think this is everyone else here is a side character. This is the main character group going on here. Geo. Okay, so again, these are older pictures. Now, Geo is the one with the cigar, right? Yeah, they said in Discord. Thanks to Kiwi J for this, by the way. They look like they're holding hands. Geo is now lighter. He's older. He's got the cigar, and then Vonnie he's younger. He's got the bowler hat, and he's a little darker now. They're kind of the same character. They kind of rely on each other. Whereas Kima is the Wire reference, Geo and Vonnie are a Sopranos reference. I kind of think of Geo, the older one, as being sort of a Paulie character, and Vonnie, the younger one, as being sort of a Christopher character. I'm still trying to figure out their voices. I can't really do. I'm still figuring out how to do impressions of these characters. I'm getting better, but. Yeah, I've made it a rule, like every time a turkey shows up, they got to steal the show in every scene that they're in. So them twirling around, being magical, unnecessarily, just the crazy dramatic lines they might say. It's just, they always got to steal the show. I love when the turkeys are on the screen. Okay. And of course, Turkey, the original. Turkey was like the first. You forget that he was also in Monster Transylvania. Like a lot happened in that movie. He had a lean thing that kind of changed. His voice changes. He gets killed a lot. I didn't want it to be like a Kenny from South Park thing exactly, but he does get killed a lot. I do have that will be explored. I already have a script half done about that, and it's really good. Why he keeps coming back. It's it's really funny. But yeah, he keeps getting killed and he comes back and his voice keeps sounding different. And originally that was because I couldn't figure out the proper voice for him. I didn't want it to just be deep. So he comes back a little different every time, and that's his voice being different every time. That's my explanation for my laziness. Yeah, he had a lean addiction, but he kicked it with his first death. He don't play no games. He likes to, because really the whole turkey conglomerate, mafia, whatever's going on there, they kind of run the town. And he's kind of, he's definitely a Tony Soprano type of character, but he's also, I mean, the idea I think of it makes me laugh. Is just imagine the Sopranos, but imagine if Tony was like being harassed by an alien the entire show. That was just a side plot. Like that's sort of my thing that I think of. It makes me laugh. But yeah, Turkey is just, he's so fun. All the turkeys are so fun to write. And his tendency to like autograph things is really good. Give autographs to people and just Like there's an autograph gag coming up in the same cartoon that explains how he keeps coming back. It's so funny. Um, yeah, he was also a king, I guess, at some point. He's just a long lineage of greatness in these turkeys. So yeah, I always make sure that they steal the show every turkey when in their scene that they're in. All right, we're about to get to the main core cast. Molly. Molly is basically, I have completely fallen in love with this character, especially with the Evicted saga. I already liked her because I just thought like her reactions were funny. Her face is funny, even though it's the same as Frederico. But yeah, I'll talk about it more in the director's commentary right now. But she, up until the Evicted saga, she was just like a regular girl. I was thinking recently about if Lynn is considered pretty in this world. And of course, all women are beautiful. But I think I'm starting to lean towards Lynn is considered mid. If we're going to use these terms, Lynn is a totally average woman that wouldn't really stop you on the street. And Molly is actually like a drop dead gorgeous lady walking around, very popular in school. Just had everything going for her. Her parents a little crazy, her brother's a little crazy, but you know, up until the Evicted saga, she was just a pretty girl trying to get by. And then, but we'll talk about it more in the commentary. But yeah, all I'll say right now is that the Evicted saga was the worst day of her life by far. She has been changed forever because of it. And I'm proud to say she's now a villain on the same as the turkeys. Maybe she'll team up with them at some point. Who knows? She's still friends with Lynn. She looks at her different now. But yeah, she is in just homicidal rage towards Lil Puck. And there's a lot of potential going on here. She is just so good. So good. All right, let's go in order of creation here, right? Lynn, S tier, of course. I said this in the Discord, I think, recently. Lynn has actually become the main character of the Blee Blee. I love writing for her so much. Animating her is so much harder, but it's so much more satisfying. Acting as her is kind of strenuous in a strange way. It's such a different challenge to make like a compelling woman character who doesn't fall into any tropes and is like fun and funny, and it's such a challenge. It's not that hard, but I'm so aware at every second, like, okay, this gotta be this one for the girlies. This is one for the girlies. Like, you know, I have a giant folder of outfit inspirations and hairstyles for her. I want her to be fitted up differently every episode. It's just she brings out something in me that I feel like the show really needed. And it's very, I'm glad that it happened the way it did, because I mean, looking back at my original documents for the Blee Blee that I wrote in like 2020, none of these the only character was Blee Blee, and I have not used any of the other character ideas that I had. Just just everything just sort of naturally fell into place with the holiday stuff. So now we have turkeys for Thanksgiving, and then I'm telling t-shirts, and no one can wear a shirt. Who could wear a shirt? Oh, well, what's popular right now? Digital circus is popular. Let's rip that off. Chinese bootleg. It's just the the avalanche of things, the snowball effect. It's been so ridiculous, and now I have a pretty anime lady here. Her design The way I modeled her, I did model her from scratch, technically, is a big secret. I will reveal in a full video how I made her when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I promise. It is so ridiculous what I did. No one will believe it. But you know, you look at the rest of these characters and then you look at her, it's like, how did they make her? How did the same person? It all shall be revealed. We getting there. We getting there. But yeah, she is the real main character. She is the driving force. She's sort of the manager of these five. She is very business savvy in a different way. A scammer, a robber, identity theft, just deceit. You know, there's so many things about her, right? Her full name that she didn't know somehow, Lin Ponmi Cucamonga. She's Chinese. It's just so much. Her hair is orange. Not that we're going for realism and this and that, but her hair is orange. She's based off of I was just looking at like character designs I liked, and I settled on orange, even though it'll change sometimes, because of course, Asuka from Evangelion, but also specifically Joy from Shenmue is a Chinese lady with orange hair. I don't know if it's a diet. It's not explained in the lore, but I was like, okay. So yeah, she's Joy from Shenmue. That's why she has the orange hair. But yeah, okay, on to the boys. The boys of the squad. We're gonna go in order of well, that wouldn't make sense because technically Frog's kind of first, but let's just go. Federico S. We, along with Molly, we know like his whole family backstory and his whole. It's just I didn't expect to get that deep. I just thought it was funny because he's like the most aloof, or at least at first he was sort of just detached. Just yeah, what? And that was his character, I felt like, for a little bit. They both do that what thing. They both do that if you haven't noticed. Yeah, Federico, he was created, again, it's just the snowball effect. Kappa Dance just hit me up. It was like, let's do something. And then I was like, okay. So I was just thinking like, not to troll Kappa, but I was just like, what would be funny and what would no one else possibly do? Oh, let's rip off the dancing triangle meme, you know? Let's rip this off entirely. So that, in case you forgot. And yeah, he was originally yellow. But the Egypt saga happened and everyone got sort of redesigned. And I changed him to chrome. Originally, he was a shiny chrome, and now he hasn't been taking good care of himself, so he's just sort of a dull gray. But he didn't want to be yellow no more because I didn't want there to be two yellow characters. But yeah, the feet, I downloaded those feet. I don't remember where, but they were free to use. So and the hairy legs, naked leaf. He's just a ridiculous character to look at, and he's easy to voice act. It's just my nose. I don't got to put no effect on it. And yeah, he's just fun. It's a good time. Frog. This is gonna hurt a lot of people. But right now, Frog as is an A to me. And I only say that because I need to do better with Frog. He has so much more potential. Frog is another one that he's hard to voice act, but I can do it. Sometimes when I'm trying to be more quiet with it or this and that, it can be a little hard, but yeah. She's just an impression of Ghostface Killer. A really bad, sort of disrespectful one. I love Ghostface, don't get me wrong, but yeah, he's from New York. And yeah, he's chill, he's laid back. But I feel like he just hasn't had that many moments. But maybe that's just sort of, he's sort of just a stable anchor for the group. But I do have big plans for him. Very, very big plans for him. He's a work in progress. And the whole New York thing, I want to build that up for as long as possible before we finally get that inevitable trip to New York, which is going to be something else. But yeah, I'm glad I could hint at it a little bit with the New York bus, just to show what type of place New York really is in this universe. New York, I mean, Frog really comes from the struggle, which is probably why he's so laid back, because he's just like, man, this ain't New York. I could chill here. I'm not in danger. Lil Puck. Lil Puck's a low S to me. Lil Puck is he's Pac. Everything's ripped off. He's just the Pac-Man smokes crack. He's just this guy. Which actually the original model to this just came out. I downloaded it recently. I'm gonna investigate it because I want Puck to be as expressive as he is. So I'm gonna figure that out with the shape keys and the rigging. Everyone's gonna get, all the main characters are gonna get re-rigged again. I want them all to be as expressive as Ponme can be. Ponland. Anyway, Lil Puck. Originally, he's the easiest to voice act for because it's just my voice and then I pitch it up in post. I don't have to try anything. I don't have to do anything special. Yeah, he's meek. He's cowardly. He's a scaredy cat, but he still has his moments of aggression. He's also very prone to being influenced by his environment. You know, when he was in jail, he immediately started acting like some hardened prisoner. He's a follower. And but he does sometimes take initiative, but it's a little rough when he does. It's a little scary. It's not cute when he when he decides, oh, he has a big crush on Molly and he abuses that. Although the dynamics of him thinking that Molly was her mom and wanting to hold hands with and get a foot rub from his crush's mom, I think is an entirely different bag of psychological worms that is fun to think about. Yeah, so Lil Puck's a little freak. It's a little weirdo. We wouldn't have it any other way. And of course, finally, Blee Blee, the namesake, the main character, technically, I guess. Blee Blee, I used to say Blee Blee was my self-insert, but I realize now that the main five are all my self-insert. There's just different aspects of my personality, because I remember a long time ago seeing, I already said this somewhere, Danny Antonucci said that the Ed Nettie, those three characters are just three different aspects of his personality. And I was like, how are you all three of those characters? But now that I have these five characters, I'm like, oh, I get it. I have five characters that are all just different aspects of my personality. Blee Blee is like, he's like just maximum Goku of this universe. He is an alien. He doesn't just look like that. He does come from another planet. He's like 4,000 years old. This will all be explored. He talks with auto-tune. He talks like this. He talks out the side of his mouth for some reason. And he's just, it's fun to see how ridiculous and overpowered I can make him. Yeah, he's strange. He's stupid. He's incredibly stupid. I always want him to have like the dumbest line of the episode. He's just bold. He's in your face. He will kill anybody. He's killed thousands. I mean, the whole blowing up the jail thing alone was thousands of people dead. His eternal blood feud with Turkey is just something to be admired, and it's just going to escalate further and further and further. But now, at this point in the story, he is employed, which I thought would be a very interesting change to the status quo, that he has to go into work every day. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about him. It's strange. It's like he just kind of, he almost reminds me, this is going to sound corny, he almost reminds me of Sonic in a way. Because if you really dive deep in the lore of Sonic, you find out that Sonic exists more as a force of nature rather than just like a living being. You could see Sonic as the wind, as a tornado, this or that. I kind of feel like Blee Blee occupies that same sort of category where he just sort of just changes things and upsets things. It's just an unstoppable brick wall. But he's also kind of lazy and he doesn't really have much ambition. You know, the whole mixtape thing is not his idea, and he's also the least musically talented of the five. But he does love to dance. So he is the primary choreographer for the mixtape. He's the mixtape choreographer. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that is our tier list for now. If you've watched all this, thank you. Thank you for supporting the Blee Blee in its infancy. It was weird just getting started. I have like a 10-year plan for this. I'm not, Smiling Friends just ended last night. I'm not going nowhere with this. I am building this. This is my Homestar Runner. We are building. We are building. It's going to be great. I would recommend watching the Evicted director's commentary right after this because I'm going to record it next. So thank you for watching and supporting. And that is my tier list so far. I'm sure we will do this again when there's more characters and more developments. But this was fun to do, and it took longer than I thought. But thank you. Thank you so much. See you soon.